Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking something that is literally flipping the script on how work gets done. We're talking about AI agents and how they've completely obliterated the barrier to entry for software development. I mean, if you've ever thought, well, I need a computer science degree to build an app, or even just to automate the boring parts of your day, get ready, because your whole perspective is about to change over the next few minutes. Let's jump straight into this wildly provocative reality from our source material. Listen to this warning. Standard chat interfaces, the ones we've all been typing prompts into. Those are really just the easy version of AI. The true heavy lifting power has always been locked away with developers, but not anymore. These recent updates have unleashed that exact power to everyday users through AI agents. Honestly, if you're still just using AI as a glorified search engine, you are going to get left behind.
And here is the fundamental paradigm shift. On one side, you have your traditional chatbots. They're conversationalists, right? They answer questions, brainstorm with you, maybe draft an email. But on the other side, we have AI agents, and an agent is a totally different beast. It's a highly capable teammate that actually takes action on your computer. It opens files, runs software, triggers complex automations, all without you needing to hold its hand.
So grasping this definition is absolutely crucial. An agent doesn't just spit out a 10-step list telling you how to build a web app. It physically takes the wheel and drives the software to build the app for you. For anyone out there with zero coding experience, this is the holy grail. It totally bridges the gap between having a cool idea and actually executing it. All right, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to hit chatbots versus true AI agents, installing your AI teammate, building apps without coding, steering and fixing bugs, and finally, forking complex AI projects. Let's kick things off with Section 1, Chatbots versus True AI Agents. Let's look at how these true AI agents, specifically an app called Codex, which runs on GPT 5.5, separate themselves from the legacy tools you might be used to. The source uses this fascinating analogy. They compare traditional ChatGPT to Facebook. It's the older, reliable conversational network. But Codex, the agent, that's Instagram or Snapchat. It's where the actual action is, where builders have migrated to create real, tangible stuff. It is a massive shift from passive chatting to active creation.
Moving right along to Section 2, Installing your AI teammate.
Now, you might reasonably think, okay, software that builds other software, I probably need a master's in engineering just to install the thing. Let's shatter that myth right now. You don't need a developer terminal, and you definitely don't need a GitHub account. Getting this AI teammate up and running is entirely frictionless. You literally just Google it, download the Mac or Windows app, and install it exactly like you would install Spotify. The whole thing is designed for everyday people, not just engineers. Once you're inside, the workspace is super clean. It's divided into projects, plugins, and automations. And because you can plug your agent directly into tools like Google Calendar, Slack, or Canva, the background routines you can create are wild. Our source highlights this one automation where at 9 a.m. every single day, while the user is literally still asleep, the agent reads their Gmail, finds a specific industry newsletter, summarizes it, and then autonomously generates a fully formatted Canva presentation for their team to review. No human intervention at all. How crazy is that?
Okay, let's get into Section 3, Building Apps Without Coding. We're going to watch this AI agent build a real, functional, offline meetup app called Nearfolk, using nothing but natural language prompts. Normally, when you prompt an AI, it just blindly spits out whatever it thinks you want, which usually ends up being random, broken code. But Codex acts exactly like a seasoned product manager. Before it writes a single line of code, it actually stops and asks you highly specific, clarifying questions. Who is the target user? What kind of events are these? Where's the data living? It demands clarity first, which guarantees the final product actually matches your vision. And the source notes a truly brain-breaking moment right after this. Instead of just coding the app's visuals in the background, Codex connects to a canvas design tool called Paper, and you can physically watch the AI's cursor moving autonomously across your screen. It behaves exactly like a human designer, dragging, dropping, drawing out hero sections and buttons right on the desktop. It's literally a computer using another piece of software the exact same way you or I would.
Which brings us to Section 4, Steering and Fixing Bugs.
Once the visuals are drawn up, it's time to code the functional backend. And this is where plan mode comes in, which is amazing because it keeps you, the non-technical user, in total control. You click plan mode, and the agent pauses to map out the full technical stack, like database structures and page routes. And here's the best part.
If you have no idea what those technical terms mean, do not panic. You can simply approve its recommended choices. It is smart enough to make the right architectural decisions if you just let it.
But what if you change your mind halfway through the build? Well, that's where steering comes into play. Steering is essentially adjusting the agent's scope on the fly. Let's say you initially ask for 10 screens, but mid-build you're like, actually, scratch that. Let's just test the first 4. You don't have to cancel the project and start from scratch. You just use the steer function, give it a quick plain English update, and the AI pivots seamlessly. It updates its own scope without breaking the whole build.
The crucial takeaway here is that you never have to read complex, scrolling lines of code to make backend changes. In the source example, the user wants to swap the app's backend service from OpenAI to a cheaper alternative. Instead of digging through the code, they literally just highlight a block of code and type a plain English comment like, "I want to use OpenRouter API key instead of OpenAI directly." That's it. The agent reads the comment and rewrites the underlying code itself. Clear English is literally the only coding language you need now.
But the autonomous bug-fixing loop is where the real magic happens. This is the exact spot where non-coders usually hit a wall and give up. But here, the agent finishes building, then automatically tests the app on both desktop and mobile views. It catches a bug. In this case, a component is forcing a desktop width on a mobile screen. Without you prompting it at all, it stops, creates a fix plan, deploys the fix, and successfully retests the app. The whole loop takes 20 seconds. It literally catches and fixes its own mistakes.
Let's look at our final technique in Section 5, forking complex AI projects. This technique takes productivity to an almost unbelievable level by letting the AI multitask. It's called forking. Forking is basically cloning your agent's brain mid-project. It splits your active workspace into a parallel thread, but it keeps the exact same memory and context of everything you've built so far. So your agent can actually work on 2 entirely different aspects of your business at the exact same time.
Think about the leverage this gives a solo entrepreneur or a tiny team. While your original thread is churning away, finishing up the complex back-end code for your app, you can use the forked thread for marketing. In the example from the source, the user asks the forked agent to instantly generate a polished 4-slide sponsor pitch deck and an 8-second launch video, complete with motion graphics and music, all of it running simultaneously in the background.
The final output of this entire workflow is a completely live, functional web application. Actual users can log on, browse founder meetups in Bangalore and San Francisco, request a seat, submit live forms, the whole shebang. The entire digital product and all its marketing materials brought to life without a single line of human-written code.
We are going to leave you with this final, empowering thought to chew on today. The source makes one thing abundantly clear. We are officially moving past the era where knowing how to use a specific design tool or memorize a coding language is the bottleneck. If technical execution is now fully automated and handled by your AI teammates, the only real limit left is your vision. So, moving forward, how will you refine your ability to ask the right questions? Thanks for hanging out with us for this explainer, and we'll see you in the next one.